this morning. I'm going to go live on my TikTok. Hit that button and transfer this up to my doing it all. Good morning, everybody at home. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. We will get started in a moment. If you've got a mat and a couple of blocks, let's do that together. And arrive on our seat. Once again, I am astounded by the ability of technology to completely change overnight. I was just spending 2 minutes trying to work out why I didn't have my connection to my Apple TV. It just disappeared. And I'm going to light my last remaining candle so they all burn together at the same time. There we go. Oh, doesn't want to light. Will it? Yes. Just got it. Okay. Good morning and welcome. My name's Travis, and it's a pleasure to be with you this morning for a Kundalini yoga practice involving quite active yoga. So this Kundalini class will be quite empowering. We're thinking about how Shakti, it's the Shakti path, the energy of the divine feminine. We want to ignite her in our pelvic bowl and let her lift up through the spine. As she flows through the chakras, she smashes through limiting beliefs and empowers you in the direction of more gratitude, more thankfulness, more joy, more happiness, and more abundance. So let's take a moment now in our seat just to prepare by closing down our eyes and connecting with our breath. So recognize the breath as it comes in, greet it, thank it, welcome it, reminding you that each breath is a way to connect with the present moment. So feel into how you've arrived today. Notice if there's areas in your body that feel a little sticky, a little resistant. Or perhaps there's areas in your body that feel super engaged and full of flow and freedom. We'll once more just activate and bring awareness to the 3 lower chakras, which is a theme of my current teachings. So we'll take a moment just to recognize the Muladhara chakra, so feeling into the pelvic floor muscles and engaging with that, toning them on and drawing a breath in and thinking of the seed sound LUM, and its identity for that chakra is I am. And then as you tone around the pelvic bowl, you hug into Swadhisthana chakra, and that is where we have the emotional body. So we think of I feel. And then as we move further up, we come into the core muscle area, so the solar plexus, the Manipura chakra, and this is where I do. That's our identity. We do stuff. We get up and go. So just let all that release. We'll do a few rounds of that. So inhale, turn on the pelvic floor, think of the seed sound LUM, and then think of VUM as you just tone around the pelvic bowl, and then RUM as you come through to Manipura chakra, and then just release that. We'll do 2 more. So toning from the ground up through the lower quarter of the spine, noticing and recognizing how you can tune into those 3 seed sounds. We'll do that together now. Inhale to prepare. LUM, VUM, and RUM. And the last one here, LUM, VUM, and RUM. Release all that. Bring your hands into heart space. Draw your chin towards your chest. And let's begin with an Om this morning. Inhale to prepare. With your eyes still closed, take your left hand to your left knee, and we'll begin with some breath work here. Nadi Shodhana. Take your peace fingers to your third eye, It's alternating the inhale and the exhale. The forcefulness of the exhale creates a snap in of your belly button, and you continue to alternate on the same side before we switch. So let's do a round or two slowly to prepare, and then move with a bit more pace and vigor. So take one breath in through both nostrils and just recognize how the channels flow. And then just let that exhale breath leave the body through both nostrils. Now close your right nostril and inhale through your left. Gently close the left nostril, open the right, and exhale with forcefulness out the right nostril. And snap the belly button in. Now close the right nostril and re-inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale right. So do that now with a bit more pace. So inhale left, exhale right. Last one there, and just breathe through both nostrils and back out through both. And now switch it up, alternate it to the opposite side. So close your left nostril, inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Now move with pace. So inhale right, exhale left. Open both nostrils and just breathe freely and naturally for 2 rounds. Remembering to work with your lower chakras, thinking about the pelvic floor turning on and hugging in around the pelvic bowl with the musculature, and then recognizing that the core engages from the spine around to the belly button. So it's in a 3-dimensional direction there, where we come from the sides, diagonally and vertically. And just take a moment just to place both hands down on your knees. We'll move through a mantra pranayama technique here. It's called Bum Shankara. And so we use the boom word to sort of exhale and create a little bit of forcefulness. And the shankara is just naturally going to be the inhale. So don't worry too much about the breath. Just recite the mantra, which is an invocation to Shiva and one of his incarnations. So it's boom shankara. So it's this little like jolt through your body. Boom shankara, 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 boom shankara. So we feel the snap in and up of your belly. Boom shankara, boom shankara, boom shankara, and focus off on the horizon. Boom shankara, 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 boom shankara. Last 2, boom shankara, boom shankara. Now sit here in a moment, just absorb how the warmth is starting to rise, the Shakti is starting to spark, and we're playing with the opposite there of the Shiva, or the masculine to feminine. We're not playing with it, we're just invoking both of them. Probably the wrong word. Let's continue with some pranayama now. So interlace your hands behind your head. Pranayama is the Sanskrit word for breath. Breathwork, you might know it in our contemporary world, but pranayama is an ancient practice. So as you twist to your right, it's an inhale through your nose. And as you twist to your left, it's an exhale out the mouth with a O shape and a forcefulness. Inhale to the right, exhale left. So this is Ida and Pingala kriya, where we're activating the solar and lunar aspects of our practice, the masculine and feminine, and the navel grind, left and right, creates warmth that starts to shift energy upwards. So let's move. Last few on this side. Now, as you twist to your left, pause and inhale through the left and exhale through the right. Coming back through your center, sitting proud, sitting tall, focus on the horizon, and just notice how the energy is starting to spark, how that lifting heat and energy is transformative. Let's take the hands out wide into a cactus shape and continue that play with the masculine feminine. So as you twist to your right, Shiva is recited out loud, and then as you twist to your left, it's Shakti out loud. So Shiva, Shakti, 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 Shiva, about halfway. Shakti, Shiva, 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 Shakti, Shiva. Coming back through your center with your arms where they are, just pause here and integrate what's just experienced in your body, recognizing that masculine and feminine, the harmonization of the channels through our Ida and Pingala, and allowing Kundalini to spark, to shift, to rise, and move you in the direction of more. Take your arms out long into a 60-degree angle and hug the thumbs in with the fingers. So reach through the knuckles now into this practice, which we know here as ego conqueror. As you sit tall and proud, you start to recognize that gravity bears down upon us all day. And that's wonderful, because I don't want to float around the earth. I want to be anchored. I want to feel grounded. Just one of our base chakra element experiences in that sense of I am. You know, I am secure, I am safe, I am the seed sound lum, right? So as we stay here in this expression of ego conqueror, we've started to shift into that awareness of the core now. We need the core engaged, so Manipura chakra, to help us. It needs to radiate the energy, which is fire, externally. So we've got to rotate that disc really strong. And how are we going to do that, yogis? Well, what does fire need the most? It needs oxygen, and that's the fuel. Let's go. So let's take 10 breaths together, and I want you to stare off onto the horizon. And a yogi breath is about double the time it takes for any other type of breath. It's a slow, it is a steady, it is an anchored breath, and your awareness is on the horizon. The arms are burning, the shoulders are getting that expression of wanting to get out. But yoga shows up when you stay, when you conquer your limiting beliefs, when you conquer the I can't do this, I can't be bothered, let's change to the next person, let's shift the live because my 30-second attention span or my 3-second attention span's had enough. But guess what? Yoga asks us to show up. Yoga asks us to be present in the now. Nothing happens before or after, it is right now. So focus, breathe, and let's do 2 more big, slow, steady breaths. Last one together. Now slowly and smoothly start to draw your elbows in towards your hips with 3 staggered inhale breaths. As they come towards your elbows, towards your hips, you've gathered the positivity in with the breath, and then with your exhale breath in 3 parts, open your palms forward and go That is a cleansing auric field expression of extending the arms, hugging into the elbows, the hips with the fisted hands, and then expelling negativity. So let's gather positivity. Exhale, negativity. Gather in positivity, exhale stress, fatigue, anxiety, limiting beliefs. Press them out of your auric field and cleanse the area in which you inhabit, your little world. Extend your arms out wide at a 60-degree angle and just absorb all of that for a moment. Take it all in. Well done. Let's take a twist now. Arms up overhead. Inhale and twist around to the left. Exhale, breath, right hand on left knee. Come back through center a little and then exhale once more around to the left. Inhale up to center, reach up, and then exhale around to the right. And then come back center slightly and then exhale around to the right. Good job. Let's shift onto tabletop position, all fours, and start to move through some more recognizable aspects of a yoga class, because Kundalini is not that well known and it is a wonderful practice to be learning. If you're interested, you should stick around for more. Every day I'll try to get on the mat and schedule the classes. So cow and cat spine. Inhale, open the throat, look up. And exhale, chin to chest, back body rounds, and we press away from the earth, down through the hands, down through the knees, down through the tops of the feet. So once more, you press away from the earth, but we arch the spine in a way that allows length along the back body and creates hydration and fluidity and freedom to flow. Move now in a way that feels really empowering and natural. So I call this sexy cat. It's just an opportunity with your eyes closed to recognize areas that might feel a little sticky, a little resistant. You could change the orientation of your hands, get funky in the wrists and the elbows, moving in a way that starts to really awaken those areas of the body that get a little sticky. Let's start to move through some spinal balance series here. I'm just going to fix up my microphone cord that keeps slipping down my arm. So give me 1 second. From our position here on our all fours, sit back on your heels and take a breath there, and then we'll prepare. So inhale, come forward onto all fours and extend your right arm out and your left leg long. And then exhale, elbow and knee tap under the body, dome the back. Lower the hand and the knee and sit back on your heels. So inhale shifts you forward and you alternate the arm and the leg now. So left arm, right leg, exhale, breath, tap and round under the body, return hand and knee and sit back on heels. So inhale shifts you forward, extends the leg and the arm, taps under the body is the exhale, and you return the hand and the knee and then sit back. So let's do 2 more on each side. And next time you go back on your heels, take a moment, take a pause there. Lower the forehead down, close your eyes, rock from left to right across your third eye, and just give yourself a moment to integrate that. And now as we shift up onto all fours, we'll continue our spinal balance series. Kick stand your left foot out to the left as a support to allow you to come into a modified side plank. So you're on your left hand, your left knee, and your left foot's behind you. and the right leg stepped all the way back down the mat. So there's this long line of body. It's a modified side plank. Reach your right hand up to the ceiling and take a moment just to expand across the chest, anchor down through your support mechanisms on the earth. And with an inhale, just extend and lengthen a little higher. And then with the exhale breath out of the mouth, you sweep the hand down and then inhale, back up. Let's take 5 a little quicker now. Hold the inhale up, lengthen, lift, reach, and then lower back down into your all fours position and take a cow and a cat. And then we'll go to the other side. So from your position on all fours, kickstand the right foot out to the right, step the left foot to the very back of your mat. So you're in your modified side plank. Peel the left hand up to the ceiling. Anchor down first. So feel really grounded, connected, stable, particularly stable. So you can move the left arm with vigor once you feel stable. Inhale, lengthen and reach and extend. And then with the exhale breath, you fan the hand down, sweep it down. Inhale, back up, and then exhale down. So now you can move the head, or if you don't feel that's available to your neck, it could stay stationary, looking at one part of the room. A little quicker now. Up to the ceiling, extend, lengthen, lift, reach, and then come back down onto your all fours. Meet me in tabletop position. Before we head into our standing moving series of postures we know as asana in our yoga practice, let's warm up our wrists so we can prepare for our downward facing dog with integrity. So as you find your tabletop, press away from the earth and then lift the thumbs, lift the palms and shift forward onto 4 fingers of each hand. Hinged at your first row of knuckles, lifted through the shoulders and broaden across your upper back. Lift and lower the palms for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms down, thumbs down, sway from left to right across your upper back. So as you've targeted that row of knuckles there, recognize them as we place them one handprint further down the mat away from you. Tuck your toes, send your hips back towards your heels, and make your way to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal the feet, nod the head, look back at your feet as you press your chest to your thighs. Activate that row of knuckles, neutral wrists, engagement in the shoulders, neutral in the elbows, length along the side bodies, and lifted hips. Feel free to bend the knees generously and lift the heels high off the mat, which is going to help you find more length along your back body from the fingertips to the hips. And take a moment, take a breath. Don't worry so much about your alignment of your legs in your down dog, especially early in your practice. The hamstring muscles are yet to warm up. It's an arm balance posture. You're actually taking all of that weight in the arms, so you really want to focus from the knuckles to the hips. Walk forward to the top of your mat. Take your time, and that's an exhale breath the whole way there. And then once you arrive, halfway lift and lengthen, inhale with the hands on the shins, crown of head forward. Press the thighs back to the room behind you. And then with your exhale, bend your knees very generously and then catch the elbows and fold here in your ragdoll. So let your ragdoll be active, bounce and sway, nod and play around a little, move a little in your body. Take another deep breath here as you just recognize how the hamstrings feel. And then let that fold just become a dangle, like just dangle the body, dangle the head, dangle the torso. So weird today. Everything's got tangled up. Okay, hang your head heavy. I think it's untangled now. That was annoying. Sorry about that. Roll up vertebra by vertebra, bone by bone into a standing posture we call mountain pose. So Tadasana. Roll the shoulders as you arrive. Firm the feet into the earth. Anchor here. So neutral pelvis, ribs knitted in, collarbones wide, arms long, crown of head lifted, chin tucked to chest, and look forward on the horizon. And then bring the hands to the heart space, chin to chest, close down your eyes, and just take a moment to breathe in a standing posture. Integrate and absorb from the ground up. Absorb Mother Earth. Let her rise within you with that Shakti energy. And then as you take your hands up to the ceiling, bend the knees, sweep up, gesture the breath into the lungs, inhale. And then with your exhale breath, hinge at the hips and fold to the earth. Hands on shins, halfway lift, inhale, and then step the right foot back, runner's lunge, so long back leg, you're on the ball of the foot, you're pressing away from the earth, toning the abdominals in and up, lower the back knee down. Now, if you own a couple of blocks or even just some books or something to bring the earth to you, place them out in front of you on the either side of your front foot. Press into them and lift the chest. So finding your lunge position but elevated through your chest. Look forward and focus forward. One more breath here. And then take your blocks out of the way, wide out of the way so they're not in your mat. Step back to high plank and hold your high plank. So press away from the earth. Now, I am practicing with a broken toe and I've been modifying. I'm starting to feel that I can engage here, but if you are unable to hold your high plank, lower the knees. It's super abundant there to do that as well. Holding for 2 and for 1. Everyone will lower our knees and meet our friends there. Cross our ankles, draw the heels to the buttocks, look forward and lengthen and create some tricep push-ups to tone the arm musculature. So lower halfway down, exhale, and press back up, inhale. Lower halfway down, exhale, and press back up, inhale. 2 more. Lower halfway down, and then press back up, and lower halfway down. As you press back up, uncross the feet, lower the tops of the feet, and then start to shift the hips back, tuck the tailbone up, bend the elbows, and lower the chest and chin down, and then slither through to Cobra. Bhujangasana. Hands out wide on your mat. So we'll call this striking cobra. Lift a little higher as you press down through the tops of the feet. So we've already warmed up our spine. So we should be able to find that quite well. And this is the year of the snake. So as you peel up again, think about what snakes do regularly. They shed their old skin to allow growth and change. And that is what our practice should be about, is shifting all of the stuff that makes us feel that we can't move forward. We can't shift the energy because actually change is the only permanent. Take a breath in our down dog and then walk forward to the top of your mat with an exhale breath. Hands on shins, halfway lift, inhale, and fold, exhale. Sky on the inhale. Earth on the exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. Step your left foot back. Runner's lunge, so long back leg. Press away from the earth. Draw the belly button in, and then gently lower the left knee down. Grab your blocks, place them in front of you beside the front foot, and then press away through your hands so you're nice and elevated through your chest. And there's the lunge forward. And just make sure you recognize the quality of your breath here. It should feel quite abundant. We've done a fair bit of pranayama work. So we've activated our solar and lunar channels, the masculine and feminine, the Ida and Pingala. And the breath is expansive now. The awareness is deep. We are flowing and moving. And believe me, we are going to get moving. We have some really powerful Kundalini practices in our standing sequence coming up. So stick around if you want to shift some negativity and welcome in a bit of heat, bit of fire, and maneuver your way through the rest of your day with Shakti path power. Place the hands out, place the blocks out wide and away from you. Ground the hands. Now step back to high plank. Let's hold that plank with integrity and strength, but please feel free to lower the knees if you need. Let's hold for 2 breaths. Long and strong. You want to wrap the inner thighs upwards towards the ceiling so you get this length in the legs and you've engaged them. Now let's go through our knees, chest, chin on our exhale breath, and then slither forward to cobra, which is your back bend. I like to take the hands out wide and give myself a bigger back bend while I'm still not able to find my full expression thanks to my big toe breakage. Not my big toe, but whatever, you know what I mean. Okay, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, meet me there. And we'll step our left foot forward to our left thumb. Plant the back foot at a 45-degree angle, and I recommend being on tram tracks, train tracks, footpath width, just not on a tightrope, right? So look back at your back foot, widen it, or look at the front foot and take it to the left. Now take a moment to rise up to Virabhadrasana 1. So as you rise, you might like to take this energetics. So press the pinky toe down at the back of the mat, press the front heel down. And if you like, you can take your left arm over to your right ribs and help draw the ribs over to the left. That's squaring your chest forward. And then take the hands behind the back, interlace the knuckles and the fingers, and press the knuckles to the floor behind you. And then with humbleness, lower the left shoulder into the left knee and lift the arms behind you as best you can. Head hangs heavy. And this is an opportunity to tune into your alignment in your feet. If you're on a tightrope, think about what tightrope artists have to do. They have to have a huge stick out wide so that they can be stable. So what are they trying to do with that stick is widen their stability. So if you're on a tightrope here, you're going to be unstable, more than likely. So that's why I recommend widening your stance. One more breath. And then lower the hands down to frame your front foot. That's your left foot. Plant the right hand. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Peel the left hand open, twist up to the ceiling. And then rotate around to the right so you're on your long edge of the mat. And shuffle the feet wide until we find our way into a wide leg fold. So halfway lift, look forward, inhale, breath. And then with the exhale breath, I encourage you just to fold down. So guess what we're activating here? This is the I feel chakra. This is Swadhisthana chakra. This is the expression of emotion, sexuality, and importantly, the element of water. So think about the sacrum being the flat bone at the base of the spine, a V shape. As the encouragement from the pinky toes rises up the sides of the legs, you feel into the watery realm that hydrates down your spine. And in those channels, it is unblocking the blockages. It is unsticking the stickiness. As I said yesterday in our practice, emotion is energy in motion and it is stuck, right? Emotional stickiness and blockages are a big cause of us to feel fatigue, stress, and anxiety. What are the lessons we learn from this? Yes, they're hard, they're difficult, they're painful, they're horrible at times, but it's holding on to that stuff that creates the heaviness. And please believe me, I'm not here as some sort of perfectionist. I have so much of that as well, but it's the practice that helps us uncover it. It's a bright light that shines into the dark places and uncovers the stickiness and asks us to self-inquire. Do we really need that anymore? What is it needed to me now? What does it mean to me now? Let it go. Hands under your face, halfway lift, big breath in, crown of head forward, toe heel the feet in. As I said, with all of that I've just mentioned, it's now time to start to cleanse, and I have a few new Kundalini practices for you to work with me. This one is the Ha ta. So it is absolutely solar and lunar energy. It is Ida and Pingala. It is masculine and feminine. And we'd come to a standing position with a little bit of a bend in our knees, and we cactus the arms. I beg your pardon, cactus the arms. We create stop signs with the hands at hip height. And as we twist to the left and lunge slightly into the left knee, we say ha, and we extend the right arm. Come back to center, and then we say ta as we go to the left. And it's like a ha, ta, ha, ta. And I want you to close your eyes, roll them back into look at your third eye, and I just want you to drop in to this expression of ha, ta, crossing your body. So let's begin here by coming into our deeper seat. Hands at stop signs, and as we cross our body, it's the right hand first to go ha, and then the left hand ta. Close your eyes, off you go. Ha, ta, 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 ha, ta. Shift it, move it, get rid of the negativity. Do something that feels uncomfortable, that feels weird. Be okay with the fact that people just don't get it. They don't understand. They think it's weird. Guess what? You don't, because it actually shifts. It moves, it empowers, and allows you to cultivate that direction of more abundance, more joy, and more freedom. Let's go. Ha, ta, 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 ha, ta. Last 10. Ta, ha, 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 ta. Hands on your thighs, palms forward, stand tall. Keep your eyes closed and just welcome in the warmth of Shakti, welcome in the empowerment, and allow her to direct you in the movement of more. Feel that solar and lunar energy. If you're not already feeling it, you're about to, because it's about to get a lot warmer. We will move in a way that stays stagnant through the feet, but it is a little bend in the knees, and it is ha. Clap the hands overhead, bend the knees, ta. So ha, ta, ha, ta. Your drishti focus can follow, or you can close your eyes and roll them back into the third eye. Ha, ta, 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 ha, ta. Hands on the fronts of your thighs. Cardiovascular, right? You're now moving. The body is shifting. You just take a moment. Now this one is the same recitation and same movement. We go ha up, but then we go ta forward. And you know what you're doing with this expression? You're slicing through negativity. You're slicing through limiting beliefs, and you're empowering yourself. So stand tall. Ha, ta, 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 ha, ta. Back to center, hands forward, palms forward. Right, so those were very lunar, very solar energetics, moving the shifting and then giving you the chance to get rid of it, cleanse it. Shuffle the feet a little wider. Coming into your wide leg fold, hinging at the hips, halfway lift, return back to your left foot, step back to high plank and hold the high plank. Lower through knees, chest and chin. And then slither through to cobra. Holding our cobra now with the hands under our shoulders. A little bit more spinal balance series. As you twist your head and look over your left shoulder, lift the left leg only off the mat. Exhale through center and then twist the head to the right and lift the right leg off the mat. Exhale through center. Inhale, lift the left leg, peek over left shoulder. Return back through center. Exhale. Inhale, peek over right shoulder, lift right leg. Exhale through center. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale through center. 2 more each side. Press back through tabletop, and then meet me in downward facing dog. I'm just going to rotate around so that I'm not the back of me is not facing you. Placing your hands, a whole handprint down the mat, tucking the toes, and then lifting the hips to the sky and hanging the head heavy, looking back at the big toes. Step your right foot to right thumb. Plant the back foot at a 45-degree angle. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1, rolling up, rising up, squaring the pelvis forward, taking the arms up. And remember to lift from your low ribs. We're not lifting just from the shoulder. We're lifting from the low ribs. We want to draw it all the way up. And your right hand can come down, sweep across your body, and draw the left rib cage forward to square the chest. And then hands reach back up. Hands sweep behind you. Interlace with the unusual grip, whatever feels unusual or different. And start to lower the right shoulder down to the right knee and press down through the front heel particularly. You want to feel super stable there. Exhale, release the hands, lower them down, come onto the ball of the back foot. Left hand stays where it is, right hand peels, open, twist. Big breath in, and then right hand comes down and you start to rotate around onto the long edge of your mat. Shuffle the feet out wide, maybe even grab one of your blocks if you want to find that variation where you find a halfway lift. Crown a head forward, lengthen, lift and reach. And then with the exhale breath, you might just fold down. Well, I am pleased to say that my toe is starting to feel like it can be a little bit more robust, but honestly I have to remember that it's there and it's constantly reminding me of that. I think now, whilst obviously I'm not sure how long the bone takes to heal because obviously you're using it all day, every day, but also I think there's probably going to be little like tendons and ligament problems, so I think that's where a lot of the pain comes from because they take a long time to heal. All right, hands under your face or on your block, find your halfway lift to look forward, and then toe heel the feet in a little closer. We're going to finish with 2 incredibly activating, incredibly heating practices before we come down onto the mat. So bring your feet to about the width of your mat, and then stand up. So this Kundalini practice, this kriya, could be done on its own, and if you do it on its own, you want to do it for at least 6 minutes. And you can do it somewhere that's going to shift energy, especially if you've just been around a group of people that have sucked the vibrancy out of you. Perhaps it's been a meeting that's not gone so well or whatever. And it's called Ha, Re, Om, Ma. All of the different distinctions and awarenesses of Shiva and all of the ways our existence unfolds in the world. So the way it starts is the arms out wide with the palms facing the ceiling. And that's where we recite the mantra Ha. And then we clap the hands overhead and recite the mantra Re. And then we lower the chest forward and we either clap the thighs and say Om, or we go all the way to the earth and say Om. And then we come out wide with the palms facing the floor, and we finish off with Ma. And then we switch the hands up. Ha, Re, Om, either on your thighs or on the earth as a big hinge. Ma, Ha, Re, Om, Om ma. Let's go. Ha, re, om ma. 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 Hands at the front of your thighs. So don't tell me you didn't get your heart rate going there, right? Don't tell me the yoga practice, asana, can sometimes feel very sedentary, but Kundalini practices are shifting. They're empowering. They're motivating. And one more here before we head down onto the mat. Let me get this thing out of the way. Honestly, why can't one of my classes go without some sort of technology nuisance? Okay, let's see how we go now. Okay, so finally, just to explain what this is, who this is. Bhima is one of the brothers, the Pandava brothers, who is representative of Vishnu, and he is gigantic. He has muscles, pounding muscles, six-pack. You know, think of the biggest, strongest goddessy god you can think of, and that's Bhima, okay? And so Bhima wants you here to recognize that strength and power within you. So we stand a little wide with the toes out, feet out, and we actually do the arms like this, and we go slap the right hand on the left elbow as we stomp the right foot. And then we slap the left hand on the right elbow as we stomp the left foot. And then we clap the hands on the thighs and we lift a little, right? And so we go hot, hot, har, 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 hot, hot, har. 10 more. Hot, hot, har, 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 hot, hot, har. Bring your hands in front of your face, in front of your hips, and just anchor there. So that kriya, that Kundalini practice has its origins in the independence movement, which Gandhi had a lot to do with. And this started probably in the 19th century, and what it's aimed at doing was it was aimed at strengthening Indians in their resolve to kick the British out, to find their independence. And what's interesting is it's got quite a tribal feeling to it, and it's a reminder to me of the haka from New Zealand. But I would ask you, if you were British troops in a foreign land that you were probably not doing the nicest things to, as we kind of know about what imperialism did to the planet, and that's just a comment for another day, but let's just move on from that. And you were faced with, I don't know, 10,000 Indians, 20,000 Indians doing that at you. Can you imagine the raw, the strength, and that I would be fearful. So yeah, it's pretty powerful, and it has some pretty powerful origins as well through the independence movement with Gandhi. So just absorb that. Take a moment. And then let's take our way down onto our seat, and we'll head on out into the world. I think we just need to ground here for a moment after those really powerful practices. I know my room in here doesn't have a window or any ventilation, but it is hot today. It is warm, and that feels good, because energy of fire is transformative. As we come to our seat, place our hands on our knees. Let's go back through our chakra awareness, so our lower 3 chakras. So as you close down your eyes, tone your pelvic floor muscles on and think of the seed sound LUM, and recognize that in this, the identity is I am, because it's all about safety and security. It's a roof over your head. It's just getting on with day to day, right? Just surviving, so to speak. And then as we move up into the pelvic bowl and feel into the residence of Shakti and Kundalini, we recognize here's the emotional body. This is the sexuality. This is the freedom and flow of water. And this is where we think of the word vam, the seed sound. And then as we move further up through the core, and we can see a spinning disc of energy, Manipura chakra. This is where we do stuff, right? This is Bhima. This is getting stuff done, right? This is moving around the world. So as you can now understand that from that sense of base security, Swadhisthana chakra is where we find Kundalini, and she starts to rise and lift, but she needs the well-aligned earth element to do that. So we must always remember that we need to feel into that I am, I feel, and I do aspects of the three chakras that reside in the lower portion of our torso. So let's just meditate on that for a couple of breaths. I am, I feel, I do, lam, vam, and rum. If you actually recite those out with a softness to your voice, you'll recognize where they originate, and they do originate in those locations. Lam is very deep down. Vam starts to travel a little higher, and rum starts to shift and rise. This practice is all about recognizing the finite nature of our bodies, of everything around us. Given time, everything will go. Relationships, your house, your car, your body, all returns back to Mother Earth in one way or another. Give it time, right? The only thing we've got left of dinosaurs are fossils, and even those are temporary. We need to protect them. The Egyptian pyramids are decomposing, breaking down. And that, in a representation of the timeline of Earth, is just a blink. It's nothing. And whether that then we take that further and represent it in timeline of existence, well, there's just no way you could calculate it. So it's recognizing the impermanence here. But awareness of the impermanent within you. And the permanent, I beg your pardon, within you. And with that, we bring our hands to our heart center, and it's a salute to you and the spark within you that I recognize as the same as within me. And that is that permanent essence that goes on after these impermanent bodies move on. Thumbs to third eye, chin to chest. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Greet this beautiful version of yourself, and if you're like me, the remainder of your day with the Hindi word namaste. However, if you're about to head off to bed or the afternoon, enjoy that as well. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for your practice. I'll see you again real soon. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook if you want to watch the whole class again and practice it again. Appreciate all of the love and gratitude. Thank you. That's a cute one. What's that little heart thingy, Bob? And I'll see you again real soon. And I can already tell now that must be Brie. It's like a little white, kind of like a triangle-y thing for your symbol there. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you. Have a lovely day too. Oops, I forgot to press end stream.